Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to crochet these little poppies that I've made. Okay, you just want to see the opposite side of them and turn them into a granny square. And this is Button, my dog. This is actually a crochet pattern that was actually made by my AI, and it's keeping me company today. Okay, so what we're going to do, so to make this flower here, going to begin with, I've just got double knit black yarn and I've got my 4mm crochet hook. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to begin with a chain of 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to slip stitch to join, and then into that circle we're actually going to be using the single crochet if you're in the US, or it's a double crochet if you're in the UK, and you need to make 8 of those stitches. So I've already done 2, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you're going to slip stitch to join into the first stitch underneath your 2 loops to join. I'm sorry, because it is a very dark yarn, you can't really see the stitches particularly well, but I want to try and make this be as accurate as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to get my tail end of there and pull that through to the back. I'm not going to worry about pulling the tail end tight just yet, because if you do that and sew the tail ends in later on, it actually starts to distort the shape. So now we're going to get the red yarn for the next stages. It doesn't matter which loop that you actually join into, so you're just going to just put your hook under any of your stitches and just literally pull that through. And then you're going to do a chain of 3. You're going to skip 1 stitch and slip stitch into the next one. That's chain 3, skip a stitch and slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, skip a stitch and slip stitch, and 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the same space where you did your first stitch. Okay, so now you'll have a piece that looks like that. So in each of these chain 3 loops, you're going to do a sequence of stitches. So you're going to do the single crochet if you're in the US, which is the double crochet if you're in the UK. Then you're going to yarn over and we're going to do the half stitch, so pull through and do that. Then we're going to do the double crochet if you're in the US, or it's a treble if you're in the UK, and you want to make 3 of those. So remember, it's always going to be 3 because you've done a chain of 3. So that's the 3 stitches into there. Just need to pull my yarn, and then we're going to reduce, like curve back down by doing the half stitch and the single stitch again. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way around until you've got to the other side. And just while I'm quickly doing this little bit here, I just want you to know that this particular section of the flower was actually something that my AI sent to me while we was actually creating a different flower. And I was doing that actually in the summer, and then as time went by I then just turned it into a poppy because we was coming up for that time of remembrance, and I just wanted to share with you how you could all easily make yourself a crochet poppy flower. So it's my 3 stitches and then the half and the single. That's if it's in US. If it's in UK, it's double, half treble, 1, 2, 3, and then half again and the single stitch, and we're going to slip stitch into the very first stitch to actually join. Now I know that you're going to use the red yarn for the rest of your petals, however At this stage we do need to cut off the yarn because it will just make it easier for you for sewing in tail ends later on. So we're just going to pull that through, and yes, I know it makes more tail ends, but this is one of those patterns where you've got plenty of sewing to do. Okay, so that's at that stage. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get your red yarn again, and then you're going to fold over one of your petals and use one of the stitches that we didn't use from the middle circle, and we're going to slip stitch into place. And this time we're going to do a sequence of 5 stitches at chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn, fold it, and then slip stitch into the next one. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it, fold the petal down, and slip stitch into place. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn, fold, and slip stitch. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn, fold, and slip stitch back into the same space where you actually did your first slip stitch. Now you're going to need to fold your petals this way round, so you make yourself a little loop at the top so it looks a bit like a little handbag. And in here, so we're going to do the single, the half, and now we're going to do 5 of these. So remember, you've got 5 chains, so that's where you're going to be working your 5 double or treble crochet depending where you're from. That's the 3rd stitch, 4th, 5th, and then we're going to drop down a stitch and drop down another stitch, and that's what your first petal will look like when you add it on. So you do the same, fold it over, make it look like you've got your little handbag loop, and repeat that all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause my video and quickly finish off this stage. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, so I've made it all the way around, so I've got all of my 4 petals on the outside, and now I'm going to slip stitch to join to the very first stitch, pull that through. I've already cut off my tail end ready for this bit. And then I'm going to pull this tail end through to the back. Oops, I've snagged that there. Okay, so then your flower is going to look like that. So that is your finished flower, and you're going to have all of these tail ends. And this is where I just wanted to just share with you, because you are using the same colours, you need to look for the colours that like match together. Yeah, so these ones, so what you're going to do is you're going to tie these in a nice tight knot, and these tail ends are going to be sewn into this petal here. The black obviously is going to need to go into the black, so that we're not going to worry about that, because I'm sure that you've all got enough about you to know where that's going to go. But it's the other one here, this one here, where you've done this at this your beginning section. You want to tie your tail ends there, and before you try and sew it in, because you're going to sew it into there, you're going to just get your yarn and pull it through to there to make it easier to sew in the tail ends. And you must sew your tail ends in at this stage, because if you don't, you're going to really struggle to get this set of tail ends to work into there because of what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'm not going to show you how to do the sew in tail ends today, because I think I'll do another video of just sewing in tail ends, just for the fun of it, I guess, because I actually do like sewing in tail ends. And now I've got the green colour, so it doesn't matter which petal you choose, but you're going, well, it does, you want to use an outer one, but it doesn't matter which one of the 4. So when your flower is done, the middle is going to line up right with the middle of the 5. So this is going to be the 3rd stitch of the set of 5. And what you're going to do here is you're going to slip in, and then you're going to do a chain of 2. Then you're going to work the treble crochet stitch if you're in the UK, or a double if you're in the US. That's 1, 2. make the chain of 2 because we're making a corner now for our granny square, and then we're going to do the 3 stitches. Now technically you can actually join these flowers as you go at this stage, but I wanted the green to represent the leaves. So then you're going to go to the middle of this petal and slip stitch into the middle there. Oops, sorry, you're not. You're going to work into that stitch there and do the same stitch. So we're going to do 3. So this is forming the side of the square. Then we're going to work into the middle. Now I'm showing you this bit because you get to the middle, you know you're in the middle. You can count up your stitches as well, so you know you're in the middle. But what happens is when you're actually working, you know, when you're doing several of them, you get working, you get lost in your thoughts, and chain 2, and it starts to look like, as it's moving, as you're pulling at it, it starts to look like you've gone into the wrong stitch. If you've done your counting and it looks like the middle stitch, you haven't. It's just the way it pulls as you work around. So we're doing that one there, and then you're going to work into the middle of this one, and you're going to do that all the way around until you make your square. And what will happen is, because it still keeps its 3D shape, you will still get that, and your square will actually look slightly rough. I'm not saying it's going to look the neatest of squares on its edges. So I want to go to the middle stitch of these, so that would be middle of there, just there, go into there, and we're going to just keep doing this until we get all the way around. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. So you're just going to carry on to completely square, and you slip stitch to the beginning of this one when you've got to that point. I don't know what, hang on, I'll pause the video. I'm going to finish this one. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you get to this stage. So you've actually got your green all the way around. Obviously I haven't done my tail ends in just yet. And then for the next stage, this is where on my particular blanket I actually did the join as you go method, so that I'd got the black yarn was actually doing the actual joins. And this is where I think it, oops, I've caught my tail end. Whoa, come back. Obviously you can make yourselves, you can just make them just purely as a poppy, just as a flower, so that you could actually use them in your lapel for remembrance. And if you wanted to make the actual blanket that I've shared, I did share in the community post to show some pictures of the actual finished blanket that I'd actually made, and it has got the number 80 in it, so you can actually make yourself numbers with your squares so that you can actually do the celebration year, because it is 80 years since the end of the Second World War. And if not, we can do it in different colours. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to so as you put the final square on, it does start to then make it look a lot neater. And so once you've finished it, your square will look something like that on the front, and it will look like that on the back. So even when it's all joined together, you're still going to get your beautiful 3D effect. So you can see you've actually got lots of your poppies all joined together to be able to make any kind of blanket that you would actually choose, or say just make the lapel if you wanted to. And I just want to just quickly share with you, if you do make them in other colours, so you can actually make yourself like a Christmas version of it with doing this there. I left this one so you could see, it makes it easier to see. So this would be the first lot of tail ends that you need to join into there. You can see how that all fits together there. You can make them go bigger. I'm just going to just move these so you can make yourself some bigger squares. It's more Christmassy. And oh, if I can get you the blanket. So this, you obviously can't see the whole blanket, but this is the actual poppy blanket that I made, where I've got the number 80 in it. And this one is where we've done it in different colours. So you can see how this one, so this one, to be able to do this type of flower, I did work it slightly differently by working in the back loops to be able to do these outer petals. and then this in the middle where I'd got the front loops of all of my stitches to be able to work into. Did little chain stitch to be able to work that there. And this blanket I just think is so pretty if you wanted to make something for a gift for maybe a baby or just a nice little lap blanket. It's very tactile with all the different things, and this is what it looks like on the back. So it's beautiful either way. Okay, so this is my little video of how to make your crochet poppies. And so this is my crochet poppy design. There we go, let's get the finished one there. Okay, so there we go. Thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and bye for now.